Surfing session 73. In this video, I want to show you how I use yoga and pop-up practice on my yoga mat for surf training. I also want to show you a few recent waves I caught during the Hurricane Larry Swells. I am 8 months into learning surfing. Here is my yoga mat. Yoga is great for flexibility, so I try to practice yoga often. Moves like downward dog, upward facing dog, warrior 1 and warrior 2 are all great for stretching the muscles you use in surfing. Yoga also has many positions to work the core, the back, and balance. When I do yoga, it helps for me to imagine how these moves translate to surfing. I have also used my yoga mat for a lot of pop-up practice. I pretend that my yoga mat is the surfboard and practice pretending that I'm catching a few waves. I paddle to catch it, arching my back, looking back and looking down the line. Then I pop up into my surfing stance by pushing hard below my belly and letting my legs pull through. I try to stay low and twist my upper body to face forwards in a forward-facing stance. I then pretend that I'm executing a few turns on my imaginary surfboard, such as one bottom turn in one direction and one top turn in the other direction. I can even practice cross-stepping on my yoga mat. This yoga mat has allowed me to practice a lot on land and develop muscle memory for the pop-up. On my yoga mat, I can execute 10 pop-ups in 10 minutes, and it would take me an hour or more to get that much practice on the surfboard on water. This yoga mat has helped me transition from a 2-step pop-up, which I was using early on, to the standard pop-up in one motion. I'm still working on improving and want to hear any friendly tips or constructive comments that you may have. I'd love to hear from you. Please comment below. Let's see how this yoga mat training has helped my surfing on a few waves I caught during the Hurricane Larry Swells in the Boston area. This is a Saturday morning session in 3 to 5 feet waves with a 16-second period. 4 stars according to Magic Seaweed. Hurricane Larry was sending some swells to the Boston area for a few days, and I caught a few of my best waves during this time. For my pop-ups, I paddled as hard as I could with my back arched. I try to look back at the wave often and look down the line too. I would feel the waves pick my surfboard up, and I would feel the surfboard planing on a slope as if it were on a steep hill. Once I felt the wave catch the surfboard, I executed my standard pop-up. I reached my arms below my belly and pushed hard. This lifts my body off the board, and I can pull through my legs into their proper position on the surfboard. I use a regular stance, so my left foot is forward. I try to stay low and rotate my upper body to face forwards and get ready to execute 1 or 2 turns on the surfboard. It is important to put myself in the right position to catch the wave. I paddle around a lot to find the right spot where I might catch the wave. Because I'm on a beach break, the waves can break anywhere. When I saw big swells coming, I would paddle outbound to try to find the right position and then turn around 180 degrees to catch the wave. I try to paddle at a slow to medium speed when I'm positioning myself and save my hard paddles and my energy for when I'm ready to catch the wave. Once I catch the wave, I try to do a bottom turn and a top turn on each wave, and maybe more turns if possible. It felt great. I'm still a beginner, so perhaps I should call these right and left turns rather than bottom turns and top turns, but I'll go with the flow. For my bottom turns, I lean forward a bit, or neutral, and try to lower one hand touching either the left or the right to serve as a pivot point for my bottom turn. Then I try a top turn, which for me means leaning on my back foot and unwinding or rotating my body to lean in the other direction. The yoga mat practice has helped a lot because it allowed me to practice both the pop-up and the turns on land so I can be ready with the muscle memory for surfing sessions. I often needed acceleration for a few turns or after I felt the wave rushing forwards ahead of me. As a beginner, I tend to shuffle forwards onto the nose area to keep the nose in front of the wave and accelerate the board with a cheater 5 stance, leaning on my back foot. That colored area in the front of my board is the front third of my surfboard. I would then shuffle back and continue to turn the board and ride it in. In the future, I'd like to learn how to cross-step instead of shuffle, so I'll remember to practice that on my yoga mat. I've tried cross-stepping, but I'm still falling a lot on that move. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please click like, comment, or subscribe. This is part of my surfing progression video playlist on YouTube. If you surf and have any tips on surfing or on using the yoga mats to train for surfing, please share them in the comments below. Thanks.